Hello, Panther Cubs. Today is Thursday of week 8. I'm going to read the questions to you and then pause, make sure you get the work done. Number 1, what digit is in the tens place? Number 3, when rounding to the nearest hundred, which choices would be 400? And number 4, Oprah sold 700 books. Alejandra sold 456 books. How many more books did Oprah sell than Alejandra? Okay, so if you have not done this work, pause the video and finish it, and then come back to the video. Okay, so number 1 says, what digit is in the tens place? Well, if I start by doing my HTO, and then I'll just put my number in. So 19,237. I want to know what digit is in the tens place, so I find tens, which is here. So the answer is 3. If you said 30, that's the value. But the question doesn't ask for value, it asks for the digit. Digit is a synonym for number. Synonym means word that means the same. Okay, 3,902, take away 965. We need to make sure we're circling where the bigger number is. Some of us are getting lazy with that, and that's making us get the problem wrong because we're taking away from the bottom to the top. So I see more on the floor. Go next door to borrow 10 more. No one's home next door. So I'm going to go down to the 9. I'm going to take one of my hundreds and I'm going to trade it in for tens. So I'm going to take 100. So now I have 8 left and trade it in for 10 tens. Now this is where a lot of us mess up again, is that we just now go and make that a 12. Well, I still only have 2 ones. I have to get more ones. I'm going to get more ones by taking one of my rods and trading it in for 10 tens. So if I had 10, I take this one away. It's now 9. I had 2. I got 10 more, so that's 12. Now I can do 12, take away 5. That should be a fact we know immediately. Okay, I'm going to show you how I think about it. If it's 12, take away 5. I know my tens facts, so I'm going to make this into a 2 and a 3. I'm going to do 12 minus 2 is 10, minus 3 is 7. Okay. 9 take away 6 is 3. Oops, I'm sorry. And now I forgot to circle the bigger number. So more on top, no need to stop. Circle our bigger number, more on the floor, go next door to borrow 10 more. Okay, I had 8, I got 10 more. That means 18. Do not change this 8 back to a 9. Once you have 8, you have 8 until you bring in 10 more. Okay, 18 minus 9. I'm going to show you my strategy again. 18, take away 9. I'm going to break 9 into 8 and 1 because I know that 18 minus 8 is equal to 10. And then I need to take away 1 more is equal to 9. Then circle where our bigger number is. More on top, no need to stop. So our final answer is 2,937. Okay. Number 3, we're going to use the shortcut of the underlining, circling, and telling us what to do. So the question says, when rounding to the nearest hundred, which choices would be 400? So that means my answer when I round them is 400. So I'm going to look at A first. A is 347, and it says I'm rounding to the nearest hundred. So I'm going to underline my 100, and that tells me that I'm between 300 and 400. Okay, so like if we were doing the number line, the 3 in the hundreds place tells us that we're between 300 and 400. I'm going to move to the right and circle it. Was 4 a red or a green number? 4 is red, so that means I stop and stay the same. So that means we're going to go back to 300. So 347 is closest to 300. So A is no good because we want 400. B, 429. We're again going to the hundreds place. So I underline the digit in the hundreds place, and that gives me my two endpoints. So 429 is between 400 and 500. I move to the right and circle it. The 2 has the big muscles. It's telling the 4 what to do. Was 2 a red or a green number? 2 was red, so that meant we went back and stayed the same to 400. So this one is good to go. Okay, C, because it said choices, not just one, so 471. Underline the digit in the hundreds place, 4, so that told us we were between 400 and 500. We move to the right and circle it. 7, was that red or green? That was a green one, so that says to go up. So the 4 is going to go up to 5 or 500. So that's no good because, again, we want 400. And D, 381. Underline the digit in the hundreds place because we're rounding to the hundreds. 3, so that tells me either 300 or 400. Move to the right and circle it. 8, red or green? That was a green, so that tells my 3, go up. So we're going to go up to 4 or 400. So this one is good as well. So B and D were correct answers. Okay, and number 4. If you don't have UPSC already done it on your paper, stop the video now because we don't just copy off the video. So UPSC. All right, so it says Oprah sold 700 books. Alejandra sold 456 books. How many more books did Oprah sell than Alejandra? So important things. First sentence says Oprah sold 700 books. Second sentence, Alejandra sold 456 books. Third sentence, how many more books did Oprah sell than Alejandra? And remember, your question is always important. So how many more? O than A. Okay. We drew a little picture to help us see. There's Oprah and the 700. Alejandra only sold 456. I want to know, what is this? How much more to get to 700? Anytime you see how much more, we're going to subtract. So our plan is to subtract. I don't have any other information. I just have Oprah and Alejandra, so I know that it must be just one step in my solve. So in my solve, I'm going to do 700 because the bigger number is always on top. Some of us have been having a tough time with that, so make sure before you start subtracting that your bigger number is on top. Now we're going to circle where our bigger number is. There's more on the floor, so we're going to go next door to borrow 10 more. No one's home next door, so we're going to go to the 7. We're going to take one of our hundreds, and we're going to trade it in for 10 of the rods. Now, that doesn't help me yet with the 0 minus 6. Okay, I still have to get ones. And I get ones by trading in my 10 for 10 of the units. There we go. So I'm going to trade this for 10 of those. So I don't have 9 anymore, or I don't have 10 anymore, I have 9, and I don't have 0 anymore, I have 10. 10, take away 6. 6's friend of 10 is 4. Circle where my bigger number is. More on top, no need to stop. 9 minus 5 is 4. Circle where your bigger number is. More on top, no need to stop. So I'm getting 244 books as my final answer, but I want to check it to make sure it's correct. So I'm going to add the bottom number plus the middle number. And since it was subtract over here, it's going to be add over here. And hopefully I get 700. This is just to make sure we get the right answer. 4 plus 6 is 10. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 4 is 7. That matches up. So our final answer is in the solve box, 244 books.